July 3rd, 1962. A boy is born in Syracuse, New York. His name, Thomas Cruise Mapother IV. The world didn't know it yet, but this child would grow up to become one of Hollywood's most daring and iconic stars. Tom's childhood was anything but easy. He was the only son of Mary Lee, a special education teacher, and Thomas Mapother III, an electrical engineer. Tom's father was abusive and erratic, often beating Tom for small mistakes. He would later call him a merchant of chaos. The family moved constantly, from Syracuse to Louisville, Kentucky, then to Glen Ridge, New Jersey, more than a dozen times in total. Each new town meant a new school, a new chance, but also a new struggle. On top of this chaos, Tom suffered from severe dyslexia. Reading was a painful, slow process. Words would swim on the page, making school feel like an endless battle. Classmates teased him for his difficulties, and teachers doubted he'd ever amount to anything. But amidst all the turmoil, young Tom found an unexpected refuge: acting. At age 14, in a small high school in Ottawa, Canada, he auditioned for the school production of Guys and Dolls. When he stepped on stage, something changed. The words, which tormented him on paper, came alive in his voice. For the first time, he felt confident. Performing gave Tom a taste of a world where his challenges didn't define him, where he could become anyone, do anything. Acting wasn't just a hobby. It became his escape from a painful childhood and a chaotic home. By the time he graduated high school in 1980, he had decided on his path. He packed up and moved to New York City with one goal: to become a professional actor. Armed with determination and little else, Tom Cruise set out to conquer Hollywood. Early breakthrough, 1981 to 1985. The year is 1980. A determined 18-year-old Tom Cruise arrives in New York City with just $500 in his pocket and a dream bigger than the Manhattan skyline. Tom took acting classes during the day and worked odd jobs at night, including as a busboy and table cleaner, to pay rent. He faced countless rejections, but each one only fueled his determination. Then, after a year of endless auditions, his big break arrived. In 1981, Tom landed his first movie role in Endless Love, a small part, but a start in the world of Hollywood. That same year, he caught more attention with Taps, where he played a military cadet alongside rising stars like Sean Penn. Tom's intensity on screen was impossible to ignore. Tom's commitment was already legendary. For Taps, he insisted on performing many of his own stunts, impressing both directors and fellow actors with his fearlessness, a trait that would define his entire career. Then in 1983, everything changed. Tom landed the lead role in Risky Business. The movie, with its iconic scene of him dancing in a button-down shirt and socks to old-time rock and roll, instantly catapulted Tom Cruise into stardom. The film made over $63 million, and critics praised his magnetic on-screen presence. Audiences saw more than just a heartthrob. They saw an actor with energy, charisma, and relentless drive. Overnight, Tom Cruise went from an unknown kid to one of the most talked-about stars in Hollywood. The offers poured in. Directors wanted him, studios wanted him, and Tom Cruise knew exactly what he wanted: roles that would challenge him and let him show the world what he was truly capable of. As the mid-80s approached, Tom was about to star in a film that would cement his place as a global superstar and change his life forever. Becoming a superstar, 1986 to 1990. The year is 1986. Tom Cruise is cast as Pete Maverick Mitchell in Top Gun, a high-octane action film about Navy fighter pilots. With a budget of $15 million, Top Gun exploded at the box office, earning over $350 million worldwide. Tom's charisma, intensity, and daring attitude made him the heart of the film, turning him into a global superstar overnight. Fans everywhere imitated Maverick's aviator sunglasses and leather jacket. Lines of young men signed up for the Navy, inspired by the film's swagger. Top Gun didn't just launch Tom's career into the stratosphere, it made him a symbol of cool in the 80s. As Hollywood's hottest new star, Tom continued to take bold roles. In 1988, he starred in Rain Man alongside Dustin Hoffman. The film won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and showcased Tom's ability to hold his own against a legendary actor. He played Charlie Babbitt, a slick, self-centered man forced to bond with his autistic brother. The role revealed Tom's range and emotional depth. Just a year later, in 1989, he starred in Born on the 4th of July, transforming himself into paralyzed Vietnam veteran Ron Kovic. Tom stunned critics with a performance filled with rage, pain, and raw vulnerability. His dedication to the role earned him his first Oscar nomination for Best Actor and his first Golden Globe win. Behind the scenes, Tom's personal life also changed dramatically. On Christmas Eve, 1990, he married rising star Nicole Kidman after they fell in love on the set of Days of Thunder. Hollywood's new power couple instantly became a media obsession. By the end of the 80s, Tom Cruise was no longer just an actor. He was a cultural phenomenon. His fearless performances, box office dominance, and relentless work ethic made him one of the biggest stars in the world. The 90s. Blockbusters and Acclaim, 1990 to 1999. The 90s marked Tom Cruise's unstoppable rise as both a Hollywood heartthrob and a respected actor. He kicked off the decade starring opposite his new wife Nicole Kidman in Days of Thunder in 1990. Their on-screen chemistry was electric, and off-screen, they became Hollywood's golden couple. In 1992, Tom starred in A Few Good Men, delivering the unforgettable line, "You can't handle the truth." The film was a massive hit, earning over $240 million worldwide, and proving Tom could carry intense dramas as easily as action flicks. A year later, in 1993, he took on The Firm, based on John Grisham's best-selling novel. The film became the highest-grossing R-rated movie of the year, solidifying his box office dominance. Tom continued to challenge himself with complex roles. In 1994's Interview with the Vampire, he played the ruthless and charismatic vampire Lestat, sharing the screen with Brad Pitt. Critics were skeptical of Tom's casting, but he silenced them with a magnetic, chilling performance. Then, in 1996, Tom took control of his own destiny. He produced and starred in Mission Impossible, launching a franchise that would redefine his career. The film grossed over $450 million worldwide, and audiences everywhere fell in love with Ethan Hunt, the daring secret agent who could survive any impossible mission. Tom's commitment to performing his own stunts began to set him apart from every other Hollywood star. That same year, Tom delivered another iconic performance in Jerry Maguire, playing a fast-talking sports agent who learns to value love over money. The film became a cultural sensation, earning him a Golden Globe and another Oscar nomination. Lines like "Show me the money" and "You complete me" became instant classics. In 1999, Tom closed the decade with a daring role in Stanley Kubrick's final film, Eyes Wide Shut, alongside Nicole Kidman. The mysterious, erotic thriller pushed boundaries and proved Tom's willingness to take risks with complex adult stories. That same year, he transformed again for Magnolia, playing a brash, aggressive motivational speaker. His fearless performance earned him a Golden Globe and another Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. By the end of the 90s, Tom Cruise had it all: a string of massive hits, critical acclaim, and a reputation as Hollywood's hardest-working leading man. Challenges and Reinvention, 2000 to 2010. The new millennium brought both triumph and turbulence for Tom Cruise. In 2000, he returned as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 2, directed by John Woo. The sequel was an explosive success, earning over $540 million and cementing Mission Impossible as a blockbuster franchise. Tom continued his streak with 2001's Vanilla Sky, a surreal psychological thriller that pushed his acting into darker, more complex territory. Audiences were divided, but critics praised his fearless performance. But it wasn't just his films making headlines. Tom's personal life became a media frenzy. In 2001, he and Nicole Kidman shocked the world by announcing their divorce after 10 years of marriage. Fans were heartbroken, and rumors swirled about the reasons behind their split. Tom soon began a highly publicized relationship with actress Penelope Cruz, his Vanilla Sky co-star. Meanwhile, his ties to the Church of Scientology began to take center stage, sparking endless controversy and speculation. In 2003, Tom stunned audiences with his powerful role in The Last Samurai. As Captain Nathan Algren, he delivered one of his most mature performances, earning Golden Globe and Oscar nominations. The epic film showcased Tom's commitment to immersing himself fully in every character, including undergoing intense martial arts and sword training. He then teamed up with director Michael Mann for Collateral in 2004, playing a ruthless, silver-haired contract killer. The role was a bold departure from his heroic image and earned him another Golden Globe nomination. But as Tom's career reached new heights, his off-screen life began attracting even more attention. In 2005, during a live interview on The Oprah Winfrey Show, Tom famously jumped on Oprah's couch, declaring his love for actress Katie Holmes. The moment went viral before viral was even a thing, becoming one of the most infamous pop culture moments of the 2000s. That same year, Tom starred in Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, a massive box office hit that grossed over $600 million worldwide. But behind the scenes, his outspoken defense of Scientology, criticisms of psychiatry, and erratic interviews began to worry fans and industry insiders alike. In 2006, Tom and Katie Holmes welcomed their daughter, Syracuse, into the world. Later that year, the couple married in a lavish ceremony at a 15th-century Italian castle, making headlines across the globe. Despite the personal controversies, Tom's career remained strong. In 2008, he stole the show with a hilarious, unrecognizable turn as foul-mouthed studio boss Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder. The role proved Tom wasn't afraid to poke fun at himself and reminded audiences of his incredible range. By the end of the decade, Tom Cruise had weathered personal storms, media scandals, and shifting public opinion. Yet his commitment to bold, daring roles never wavered. The Comeback King, 2011 to 2023. As the 2010s dawned, many questioned whether Tom Cruise's reign in Hollywood could continue. But Tom was about to prove he wasn't just back, he was better than ever. In 2011, Tom returned as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. The film featured one of the most jaw-dropping stunts ever captured on camera. Tom himself scaling Dubai's 2,717-foot Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. His fearless commitment shocked audiences and critics, and the movie became the highest-grossing Mission Impossible yet, earning nearly $700 million worldwide. Tom followed with a string of hits that showed his versatility. In 2012, he starred as the tough, brooding hero in Jack Reacher, proving he could still carry a gritty thriller. Then in 2014, he headlined the sci-fi action film Edge of Tomorrow. Critics and audiences praised his charismatic performance, and the film became a modern classic. Tom didn't stop pushing the limits. In Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation 2015, he performed another outrageous stunt. clinging to the side of an airplane as it took off, without a stunt double. The sequence became iconic, reinforcing Tom's reputation as the most dedicated action star alive. In 2017, he starred in The Mummy, Universal's attempt to launch a shared monster universe. Although the film struggled critically, Tom's performance was praised for his trademark intensity and energy. Then, in 2018, Mission Impossible Fallout raised the stakes once again. At 56 years old, Tom performed the infamous halo jump from 25,000 feet, flew a helicopter through narrow mountain passes, and broke his ankle while leaping between buildings, yet kept filming to complete the scene. The film became the highest grossing of the series, proving Tom's star power was as strong as ever. In 2022, after years of anticipation, Tom unleashed Top Gun: Maverick. The sequel surpassed every expectation, blending nostalgia with groundbreaking aerial cinematography. Critics hailed it as one of the best action films of the decade, and it smashed box office records with nearly $1.5 billion worldwide. Tom's return as Maverick reminded the world why he's the king of blockbusters. The legend lives on, 2023 to 2025. As the world stepped into the 2020s, Tom Cruise didn't just maintain his place in Hollywood, he soared even higher, redefining what it means to be a movie star in the modern era. After the record-breaking success of Top Gun: Maverick in 2022, Tom solidified his reputation as the last true global superstar. The film's triumph wasn't just about nostalgia. It proved that audiences still crave the real, raw spectacle of practical effects, real stunts, and fearless performances. In 2023, Tom took movie-making to a place no one had ever dared before: space. Partnering with NASA and SpaceX, he officially began work on a groundbreaking project to become the first actor to film a narrative movie aboard the International Space Station. This unprecedented plan would literally take Tom's action hero legacy out of this world, setting a new bar for cinematic ambition. Meanwhile, Tom continued his iconic franchise with Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, released in 2023. The film's stunts pushed boundaries once again, with Tom riding a motorcycle off a cliff before free-falling thousands of feet, all performed live. Critics and audiences praised the film for delivering edge-of-your-seat action, and it dominated the box office worldwide. As of 2025, Tom is filming Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 2, rumored to feature even more astonishing stunts, including sequences shot in remote Arctic regions and aboard high-speed trains. Industry insiders believe this may be Tom's biggest, boldest entry yet, aiming to close the franchise on an unforgettable high note. Beyond the big screen, Tom continues to capture the imagination of fans across the globe. He's known for his relentless work ethic, his passion for perfection, and his unwavering commitment to practical filmmaking in an age where CGI dominates. Despite turning 62 in July 2024, Tom Cruise shows no signs of slowing down. His physical fitness, daring stunts, and boundless energy continue to set him apart from every other star in Hollywood. He remains a powerful force in the industry, proving that true dedication to craft never goes out of style. And as Hollywood evolves with streaming, AI, and digital revolutions, Tom Cruise stands as a reminder of the magic of cinema at its best: raw, real, and larger than life. Because even decades after he first took audiences' breath away, Tom Cruise is still not done redefining what's possible on the silver screen. Tom Cruise's journey is a testament to what relentless dedication, fearless risk-taking, and an unbreakable spirit can achieve. From a young man with a dream to the biggest action star on Earth, he has spent decades pushing the limits of what one person can accomplish, inspiring millions along the way. And if you think Tom's story was unbelievable, Wait until you see what real-life innovation looks like. Because just like Tom Cruise changed the face of cinema, Elon Musk is changing the very future of humanity. Rockets to Mars, electric cars redefining our roads, satellites bringing internet to the most remote corners of Earth. A man who doesn't just wait for the future, he builds it. Don't miss our latest documentary on Elon Musk's extraordinary journey, available now on our channel. Discover how one man's vision is transforming our world and be inspired to build your own future. Watch it today because the stories of legends don't just entertain us. They remind us that with courage and determination, anything is possible.